Welcome back. Next we're going to make tempura batter. Kelly from St Kilda's emailed us in because she loves it when she goes out for Japanese. When she's tried to make it at home, she hasn't had much luck. So this is a pretty simple recipe, and tempura recipes can vary a lot. For this one we're going to need half a cup of corn flour, half a cup of plain flour, 1 egg, 3/4 of a cup of cold soda water, and some salt and pepper. To start off with, we could put our flour in and make sure we combine them well. The corn flour is what helps it be really nice and crispy in this dish, so be sure not to leave it out. Make sure you combine it well through. This will mean that the batter comes together nice and evenly. Also at this point add some salt and a little bit of pepper. Once you're confident that this is all combined, just make a little bit of a well in the middle if you can, and chuck your egg in. Don't start whisking just yet though. Make sure you grab your soda water, and you just want to add this a little bit at a time. Just starting in the center and working your way out. The egg's really important in this dish because this means you can have a thinner batter, but you're not just relying on the flour to hold it all together and seal it off. Your egg means that it's going to set, and that's why we can have a thinner batter, and it means it's going to be crispier as well. Now give it a really good whisk. You want this to be quite thin, not like a beer batter where it's really dense. You want this to be really light, and you just want a really light coating of it when you put your ingredients in it later. So once you're confident that that's all combined, just put that to the side and let that rest while we prep up our vegetables for it. So tempura batter you can use for all sorts of things. You can use it for prawns or fish or chicken or pork, or as long as it cooks nice and quickly you can use it. Today we're just using vegetables, and we're using vegetables that cook nice and quickly. The trick to this is to cut them nice and thin, so then by the time the batter's cooked, your ingredients cooked as well. So to start off, I'm going to slice my eggplant. So just nice thin slivers. Always trying to get away. With your broccoli, just grab some florets off. Cauliflower as well. With your zucchini, I like to cut it into nice thin strips like this, and then in half as well. Just so it cooks really quickly, because that's what we're after. And finally with your carrot. When I was doing a bit of research for today's show, I found out a very interesting fact that tempura actually didn't originate in Japan. It was brought over by the Portuguese. So I wonder if it'll catch on down at Nando's. But back onto our tempura. So we've just got some plain flour here, and we've just got our tempura, which is rested and it's well combined. So to start off, dust it in there nice and lightly. You don't want too much flour on this because you just want enough to coat it. In it goes. I've started with broccoli because that's the easiest. Just hold on to the stalk. And into your oil. Just hold it above for a minute just so it seals off, and then let go. The batter should puff up immediately. If it doesn't puff up immediately, then it's not hot enough. But you don't want it to start turning brown. As you'll know, most tempura is quite a light color. So make sure you keep turning them because they tend to float to the top, and just so you can make sure all your batter's getting cooked. Next goes in my favorite, the carrot. So now for a sliver of zucchini. Because I'm using a small pot here, I've had to do 2 batches. And the second one's ready now. So just pop it on your bench. If you've got some paper towel or something, Apparently I've run out and no one's told me, so I'm just gonna let the board soak up the excess oil. But it is important to let the oil drain off. And just give those a nice seasoning as well. What I'm serving these with today is ponzu sauce, which is a Japanese sort of soy sauce with some rice wine in it and some orange in it as well. And I think it goes really nicely with it, but you can serve with soy or sweet chili or whatever you like. I was pretty excited when Callie wrote in and asked about tempura, because out of all the things I cook on this show, that's something I'm really looking forward to tucking into. But coming up next is our last segment for season 1, and we're going to help Talena out with her beef stroganoff, so stick around.